Alright, hello lads and lasses and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today we are talking about the number 6, as you can tell by the title. Now, 6 is such an odd number. Well, no, it's an even number, but don't get me wrong, it is still very odd in the sense that why have I chosen the number 6 of all things? But it will be the ever-present center of this video, as you'll soon find out, and you can probably make assumptions based on the title, however, and in the thumbnail, however, I'm very against assumptions. We don't like assumptions on the channel, so yeah, don't make them. But before we go any further, if you guys are enjoying the content, want to help support the channel, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow the channel on Instagram, Boys Down Under. You guys know how to spell it, but without further ado, let's get into it. So, now, as I was saying, by the thumbnail, you can see that this video will have stuff about Josip Juranovic and Georgios Giakoumakis, but how and why? Well, starting with Giak, and after I adjust my camera oh so slightly, there we go. 6 is the magic number in relation to Georgios Giakoumakis. Why? Because it is going to take a cool £6 million for a club to get him off Celtic's services. Now, that is a substantial fee, I guess we could say, and a substantial amount of profit we will make from the original £2.5 million we paid for him from VVV Venlo it is. Now, that is the reason, I presume, why we haven't seen GG Gorn yet in this transfer window. There has been serious interest from FC Midtjylland in Denmark. However, it is being reported that they have pulled out of the race for Giakoumakis because they cannot afford the £6 million transfer asking fee from Celtic. But no other suitors have come along as of yet. Personally, I feel £6 million is a very reasonable fee. Very fair asking price. At 28 years old, Giakoumakis at least has 4 more good years left in him, especially playing as a striker where it is not as physically demanding on the body as a position like midfield, where you've got someone at Celtic like Aaron Moy putting in man of the match performances at 32 years old. Now, if a club does come along for Giak, they're going to have to fess up £6 million, which is obviously the magic number of this video, but how else can we associate the number 6 with Giakoumakis, because only one such thing wouldn't make the number oh so special. But if you do go into Google and you do look up Georgios Giakoumakis goals in the Scottish Premiership for the 2022-23 season, you will be pleasantly surprised to find that it is the number 6. He's scored 6 goals so far this campaign, and it is a very, very special number. Now, £6 million for Giakoumakis, as I was saying, I believe is a very fair asking price. I don't think that is overvalued or undervalued at all. I think that is like the benchmark right in the middle. However, in relation to Josip Juranovic, £6 million is bullshit. It is terrible. It is a terrible, terrible fee. And that is the fee that has been offered from Serie A club AC Monza, according to Sport Italia. Now, like I was saying, £6 million offer for Josip Juranovic has been rejected by Celtic. Now, Scottish publications have since come out and said that Celtic want their asking price of £15 million and that will not budge. However, they are willing to listen to offers as low as £10 million and are willing to negotiate from that point. However, £6 million is way too low for Celtic and is almost an insulting offer from AC Monza. You know, any of you play FIFA career mode, when you come in for a player and you try and buy them for your club and you offer them like pennies compared to the actual asking price, and the manager of the other club gets furious and he storms out of the office. I reckon that's what Celtic have done. They've stormed out of the office. They think it's a joke from AC Monza. Now, as for Juranovic himself, because as we know, leaving a club, you want to go somewhere where you think you can improve or get more exposure as a footballer. Now, I'm certain he doesn't want to leave Celtic to join the 15th placed club in the Serie A. He's going to leave for a, quote, big club, unquote. Chelsea's interest doesn't seem to waver in the media. That seems to be the next best option for Josip Juranovic, and they are cashed up as always. I really don't see how, with all their signings, they're still within financial fair play. But you know, even if they do go, and including if they do go and sign Enzo Fernandez, you know, it's just ridiculous. Anyways, Chelsea do seem to be heavily interested, and that interest seems to be consistent throughout media publications. Apart from West Ham, though, who are the only other name I've seen consistently, everyone else All the other teams are just seem to be thrown in there by these media outlets for the sake of quantity and to make it seem like there is more interest in him than there actually is. You know, I don't disagree that there is interest in him and acquiring his services, but I do disagree that there is that much serious interest. Otherwise, 6 days into the transfer window, we would have already had a bidding war on our hands if he was that in demand. But I spoke about it yesterday. I'm happy if he goes for £15 million. Now, this isn't just a result of the derby match. This is more of his performance in the derby. It is more, in fact, the performance of Alistair Johnston, which has influenced this decision from me. I know we all wanted £25 to £30 million during the World Cup, but my right back going forward is Alistair Johnston. And in his own words, in the baptism of fire at Ibrox, he passed the test. And if Alistair Johnston keeps on putting performances like that, it's not every week you verse Rangers. He's going to look like a star in this Celtic team against the likes of Kilmarnock on the weekend, or, whenever we play like St Johnstone, Dundee United, teams like those, he will easily fit into this team. There were doubts about his attacking capabilities. We didn't see his attacking capabilities against Rangers, as he had a lot more defensive work to do, but it's in these, I don't want to say easier teams, as that is disrespectful, but I will say not as challenging teams as Rangers. It is where Alistair's Johnston's attacking prowess should come to the fold, and we should be able to get a better understanding of how he will fit into this Ange setup. As for Juranovic though, because 6 obviously being the magic number of the video, and I keep coming back to this recurring theme, £6 million, too little. For Giacomarcus, just right. Like a cherry on top, just perfect. But let's go into the second half of the video, because that first half went much too quickly and much more quickly than I expected. But we're talking about Joey Dawson for the second half of the video. A B-teamer for Celtic, has been attracting interest from down south with teams like Crewe Alexandria, and also in the Championship with teams such as Inverness. Now, Dawson, curious case here. While he has been in and around the B team since his arriving at Celtic, he has been too old to feature in the UEFA Youth League, but only made a rare debut for Celtic last year against St Johnstone, where we were battling the worst part of our injury crisis. Now, the interesting part with him is that with Giacomarcus going, we do lose out on our physical presence. But is Dawson ready to make that move to the first team yet? I don't think so. I don't think he's been featured regularly enough in the first team, despite him getting 2 goals against Rangers in the Lowland League. I don't think he's just at that level yet. So I do believe sending him out 6 months on loan could be perfect for his career. Bring him back to Celtic in the off-season. Let him make an impression under Ange in pre-season. Because if we do bring in Chogu Song, or whatever, however you pronounce it, and we have Kyogo, that's 2 quick, nimble strikers. But where's the target man? Where's the physical presence up top? I'm sure we don't need one, but it'd be very handy to have that differing capabilities and differing attacking prowesses in the striking spot. Now, I know I was going to say this whole second half was about Joey Dawson, but we got to talk about Oliver Abildgaard really, really quickly. Another player who's going out. We all know he's going out. He hasn't ever really been in. Poor bloke. Feel bad for him. He had massive, massive high hopes for himself, and I think all the fans had it for him. I think you guys will know on the channel I spoke about it. I thought I was absolutely so keen to have him at Celtic, and I was so happy. I thought he could be a midfield mainstay, push Callum McGregor into centre mid. We all said in the transfer window that how we wanted, and even some people were even saying we needed a Victor Wanyama figure at Celtic, a no-nonsense, brutal CDM. But it turns out all we needed at Celtic was a fit and healthy captain going by the name of Callum McGregor. And now with Ottawa at the club, a signing I think has gone under the radar, I believe we are doing pretty well in midfield and in terms of the CDM spot specifically. You look at the midfield options, we have Aaron Moy, Callum McGregor, Ottawa, Rio Atate, David Turnbull, Matt O'Reilly are all available. Begrudgingly, James McCarthy, it's time for Abildgaard to go. I hate how it didn't work out, and I think I'm a little bit more upset that it didn't work out because of how high hopes I had for him. But, some players it works out, some it doesn't. And luckily, we didn't pay an arm and a leg for him. We paid nothing for him. He was here on loan. So that's that. 6 months at Celtic, and now it's his time to go back to that recurring theme of the magic number 6. Oh, I've just thrown that one in there in the end. But that is all from me. So if you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow the Instagram. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the Giak and Juranovic situation. And until next time, hail, hail.